Camera rolling.
Hello. Today I will be talking about fast foods and the general picture that gets painted in your mind when you think of junk food. There are many advantages and disadvantages of this kind of food, but there are significantly more disadvantages than there are advantages. The three advantages that I think of are that it's quick, it's fairly cheap, and it actually tastes nice. Many people finish work rather late and don't have the time to prepare food themselves and make a decision to order takeaways and have this kind of food. Other people, like teenagers, they spend a lot of time on weekends with their friends in town and they often buy this kind of food to eat. There are significant consequences of eating this kind of food, such as building up of bad cholesterol, which will block your veins and arteries and the blood won't flow correctly, and also increases the chance of you getting heart disease. There's not a minimum nor maximum amount that a person should consume of this food. It's really up to an individual. If someone does not like the food, they won't eat it. If they can't be told to eat it just because they're told to. Other people, they have this food daily and they get addicted to it rather quickly. There's not a particular amount of food they should have, say, in a week or a month. As I said, it's always up to that person. Focusing on KFC and McDonald's, as they're the two most famous brands in the world currently, KFC had to change their name from Kentucky Fried Chicken a couple of years ago because they could not feature the word chicken in the title of their name. So they abbreviated it to KFC. They did this because they did not have chicken in most of their products. In fact, they had genetically manipulated organisms. These so-called chickens were species of birds without any feathers or hair or beaks or claws that were conjoined together. So most of the time you would find 2 or 3 birds into one organism. These birds have a pipe running through their body which supplies it with the nutrients that they need for it to survive. KFC decided to use this type of species for their product because it was cheaper than waiting for a normal chicken to grow and to make the meat properly, and it was a lot quicker. Yep, thank you. Do you have any questions?
Why do you think that people put their health and behind the fact that the food tastes good?
Because I don't think that they know what health factors and what's actually going to do to them if they don't eat it.
What inspired you to talk about this particular thing?
Because many people think they should eat it because it tastes nice and their friends are eating it and they should just want to eat it, but most of them don't know what it's actually going to do to their bodies if they carry on eating it.
Ventsy, you mentioned KFC in your presentation just now. What about other companies? What about McDonald's? Because they obviously do a lot of advertising where they're clearly trying to address this issue. What are your thoughts on what other companies are doing? And for example, have you seen some of those adverts? What are your opinions on them?
The reason I say KFC is because in the society today, I think KFC is talking about more than McDonald's and other brands. Maybe because people like it more, or they just prefer it more in front of McDonald's. McDonald's is the most famous brand now. It is first, and KFC is second. But I think people get addicted to KFC and eat it more often than they do to McDonald's. And I think it's more of a brand that people like to eat more. If that makes sense.
But do you think that McDonald's are trying to address the health issues in their products, from what you've seen or noticed?
No, not particularly, no.
Thank you.